Ooh, be aware that I didn't play Paladins for like years, and I only played it back when Overwatch was for money, so I really have no idea in what current state the game is in. I just know that the development stopped for this game. With that being said, let's talk about the Paladins 2 project, because this is shady as hell. Now, first thing, we should probably talk about what is the Paladins 2 project. The Paladins 2 project is apparently a project that is meant to buy the IP of Paladins to make the game quote-unquote better. It might seem like a nice thing for the community because Paladins, has no development. However, in this video you're going to learn that it's more shady and you should probably be aware that this might be a scam. And let's get right into it, okay? Bear with me. The strange things about this project is that when the first video was made, harass actually responded and confirmed that the IP is not for sale. I will read the Reddit post for you so you don't really have to read it. I can confirm that the Paladins IP is not currently for sale. If it was for sale, it would be far more than 22k euros. Additionally, I don't think hiring back the dev team is as easy as it sounds. The team changed many times over the years, so the first question is which version of the dev team. But even after decide on that, all former Evil Mojo folks are off doing other things in the industry now. Garrett has his own studio working on Punch Upon a Time, Adanas is on Valorant, Thunderbrush is doing character art for Predecessor, people are spread all over the country, and they all have other jobs. You'd need money to pay them and come back and work on Paladins too. Plus, you're talking about tens of millions in development costs alone to pay that developer team. I will charitably say that I don't think this is intended as a true scam, but it comes from a well-intentioned person who doesn't fully grasp the size of this project. I think this person is very passionate about Paladins and would love to see the return, and is trying to make that happen however they can. We get emails from passionate fans all the time asking to buy the rights to the IP. However, I can say that any money donated to this GoFundMe will not ultimately go towards a Paladins 2, as the IP is not for sale. So there you have it. It's not for sale, and you might be asking about the GoFundMe because the Reddit post mentioned a GoFundMe. Yes, the project does have a GoFundMe, and if you're curious if he's aware of this response, yes he is, because he made a video on it. And if you're asking if the GoFundMe is down now, no, it's still up. It's still up, and it's changed from 22k euros to 1 million, and the description says, I am raising money to try and buy back Paladins rights, hire back the dev team, and make Paladins great again. Help me in the huge project. In the description it still says that he's trying to buy Paladins and hire the development team, but it was confirmed that Paladins are not for sale. So where is this money going to? Why is the GoFundMe still up if it's not for sale? I'm sorry, I don't want to say that this is a scam, but when it's confirmed that it's not for sale and your description still says that you want to buy the IP, you are misleading people into thinking that this money is going to the IP, that you're going to buy this fucking IP, but you're not. But you're not going to buy this IP because it's not for sale. So why are you getting this money? Let's go back to his videos, because there are some interesting things that I think we should just kind of talk about. So his first video has 100,000 views, but his other two videos are really flopping. And what does not make it any better is the AI generated thumbnail, which feels very lazy for someone who clearly has the budget to make TikTok videos on League of Legends because you're a coach in there. Another thing that you should kind of bear with me is that it's possible that his video is artificially boosted and has AI comments. I indeed did find multiple AI comments made by one specific commentator, so you should kind of be aware that it's possible that the video is artificially boosted, because I don't think a 100,000k video would have only 2,000 comments. That is odd. That is truly odd. Now let's go and talk about his Discord messages that I found from Cyberbolt. Shout out to this guy, and they're very interesting, so let's read them. Okay guys, now that everything got bigger, I will tell you my real intentions, and I need you to bear with me. Of course, I know that it's not possible to buy the IP. Of course, we cannot make Paladins too. I'm an entrepreneur. It's sadly cropped out because Cyberbolt posted it as a YouTube post, and YouTube post is 1 by 1, so it got cut. That still doesn't mean that you're not going to get the context. What my main and realistic goal is a last update. One last to fix the bugs that make the game unplayable. The game is not really playable as it is because it was left unfinished. So that the passionates car play the game, I never thought these VD all would raise that much attention. I do not have any idea of how much one patch costs. I just want it to happen and I'm ready to pay it myself. So these are interesting Discord messages, don't you think? Personally, it's very interesting that he's just calling it a last update when his in GoFundMe he does not state that whatsoever. He just states that he wants to buy Paladins rights, but he just says that he wants a last update. He never mentions that in the GoFundMe, so that's rather shady from you for not being very clear to the people who are donating. You don't know how much one patch costs and that you're willing to pay it yourself. Well, that's nice to see that you're willing to pay it yourself, but in that case, why do you have the GoFundMe? If you're willing to pay it yourself, why do you have the GoFundMe? Obviously, there are more messages that I found. Shout out to Nebicook for actually having these Discord messages that I'm going to show you now. Of course, but OG players will enjoy their last years on the game. Look how much one single video did. People crave for this game to become playable. Hey Spray, on GoFundMe the description says you're raising money to try to buy back Paladins rights, but you just said you knew that's impossible. Why is the GoFundMe still advertising an IP purchase to donors? Because that's the final goal. I know it has approximately 0% of chance happening because we won't raise 10 million. Isn't it false advertising? I do not think so, since this is the goal, but we all know it ain't possible 99%. If it is, then I will do it. Saying it's technically the goal even though it has a 99% chance of failing doesn't make it okay to take people's money for it. That's literally the definition of misleading advertising. I mean, when you're going to take money from me and expect to actually get the IP when it was stated the IP is not for sale, I think that is misleading and I could call it a scam. I think it's questionable to still have to GoFundMe and still raising the money when harass confirmed that it's not for sale and you're still just getting money from it, and not even mentioning in the description of the GoFundMe the actual real intentions, which is one last update. You're just saying that you want to buy the IP rights, hire back the dev team and make Paladins great again. At least explain in the GoFundMe, like, please be more clearer, because you're not being clear anyway. Like, we need actual real reason why. So yeah, please don't send money to this person, because this might really be a scam. I'm not saying that this is like 100% a scam. He's either very confused or just super delusional, but please do not give him the money because he clearly has no idea what he's actually doing.